Hi. I thought I'd come on. It's a while since I've done a video. It's also definitely a while since I've done a walking in the park with the trees video. So before I go on, I hope you're all doing okay. Chuck in the comments, how are you doing? It's been intense, hasn't it? There's lots of things going on. Things are moving and happening so fast. I might just park up here in a minute, actually. There's lots coming up emotionally, lots shifting and changing all of the time. I don't know how to turn my screen around while I'm doing the thing, so I'm gonna just see if you can get the trees in the background. Look, there we go. There's my dogs. The beautiful trees. It's been a bit of an arch, actually. I'm going to show you. So I'm in the middle of town, really, but this beautiful park in the middle. Here you go. That's nice for those of you who might not be close to trees. And I don't know about you, but I always get little sort of inspirations and things when I'm walking, when I'm out in nature, which is why I wanted to share, because it's really important right now that we can try and reconnect somehow with ourselves and with getting out in nature just brings you that sort of piece of reconnection and calm and grounding from within. So I'm sat under the trees now, and there was a few things that have been coming up lately that I thought I've been wanting to do a video and then been moving through my own things, but a lot of the thing that's coming up is judgment of ourselves, judgment of others, judgment of circumstances and situations and choices people are making for themselves. And we've been born into a world where we've placed judgments on everything. Even I was having a conversation earlier today with somebody about a new team I'm going to be working with, which is amazing, beautiful, brilliant opportunity. But we're saying something about the spiritual path, and that I don't like to mention the word spiritual sometimes, because people automatically assume that is supposed to look and be a certain way, that a spiritual person is, it's all woo-woo, it's all love and light and all of that, and it's really not. I have been through times where I even thought that myself, and thought that I was a bit weird for following that path, and I am a bit weird, but we're all a bit weird in our own way. Weird is good, we're all little pieces of the bigger puzzle and experiencing life as we've chosen to come here as to have the human experience, and it is spiritual, but it's also human, and it's practical and it's experiential. It's all of those things, and we've been put, we've so needed to belong and feel seen and accepted and heard. Those people that would like to keep control of us have created labels and boxes for us to fit into, and what's happening right now is we're all breaking down the barriers of those boxes and those places that have provided safety and a togetherness and where we have felt accepted, but they've also kept us confined. And we can think outside of the box, we can be outside of the box. And so it's really important right now that we pay attention to that and what we're feeling, that we can reconnect with ourselves, with nature, ground this energy. We're being pelted. I don't say pelted. We're integrating a lot of energy right now, whether you have awareness of it or not. That's why the constructs of everything are breaking down. And the most important thing that we need to do is care for ourselves and have compassion for ourselves and not judge ourselves, and apply that to every circumstance, every person, every situation as well. I don't know if you can hear the birds. I always make references to the birds when I do my videos, because, or when I'm outdoors, it always amazes me that, you know, there's a couple of birds, some that side, there's some behind me over here, and you can hear them over the traffic, which I'm closer to almost. And it's a really good analogy for the fact of, you know, keep singing your song and doing your thing and experiencing what you need to experience. And singing your song and shining your light. Just some people walking past. So yeah, and so the thing that I was going to share, and I was going to do a sort of a video from home with this, but I'm feeling like it's sort of coming up now. But it's releasing the attachments to the stories and patterns. We're releasing at the moment what no longer serves us, and that can be scary. Stepping outside of the box where we've felt safe and we've felt protected. We've put labels on it and felt part of a team or a group, and that's given us safety. But at the minute we're being asked to step outside of that, and because the constructs of everything is breaking down. And what I have found myself describing, I've described it like this for the longest time because it helps me to understand, but so I've found myself sharing it with a few people lately, again, resharing it again, because I have, anytime somebody might be a bit confused or trying to release attachments. I remember reading a book, sorry if I'm going off subject for a minute, but it'll come back. Reading a book a few years ago now, 3 or 4, no gosh, it's longer, about 6 years ago, and I'd wanted to read a spiritual book, and I was guided to this one because it had a butterfly on it. I can't remember the name of the guy now, Stephen somebody, but he'd followed the work of Robert Scheinfeld, so I ended up following a path of looking at his work too, and following the ultimate freedom experience, which is what how he teaches, how he works, which really that was a really eye-opening part of my own journey. Let's see when my dog's on. Anyway, so in this book, I remember having a conversation with my husband and saying, this means I've got to, like, it's saying I've got to detach from everyone. My comprehension of that at the time was, I couldn't get my head around it. I couldn't get my head around the fact that I had to detach from all of the people in my life. I obviously misunderstood it, and it was actually a catalyst for me to recognise and understand other things at the time. Obviously, whatever it was that I needed to learn at that time. But I remember just having a bit of a freak out and almost stopping the spiritual path for a while, because I rejected and was in resistance to the idea that I had to detach. I felt like it meant that I needed to stop loving them, or to stop having them in my life. And like I say, it took me on a little bit of a detour for a while from where I was going, but also that I could learn and find my way back to what it actually means for me. And what I understand now, inner stand, we say understand because we're trying, again, language has all changed. We've realised now that language has also been hijacked and used in detrimental ways for us. So you inner stand, which means you bring it in and you inner stand it for yourself, from your conscious awareness and where you're at, rather than under somebody else, what somebody else is projecting onto you. So my inner standing of this now is the detachment comes from the point of, if you imagine that you are in a movie, or in fact let's go from, because there's so many layers to this. Imagine that so you're watching a movie, okay? So when you're watching a movie or a film, you watch it and you go through a whole range of emotions. You can relate to characters in that movie. You might laugh at bits, you might cry at bits. You see them on their hero's journey, whoever the star of the film is, or the hero in that story, in that film or movie. Same if you're reading a book. You emotionally go on a journey with them, and you don't know the backstories of a lot of the other characters. It's usually based around one character, and you go on their journey with them, and you experience those emotions, but it's with an element of detachment, because once the movie's over, you appreciate the acting, you appreciate how it made you feel. You like that it made you, we all like to watch a good weepy, or one that makes, it depends what mood you're in, it depends what you want to experience at that time. You watch a movie because it's, a certain one. It might be a thriller, it might be a rom-com, or, whatever, action. It might be something that's got a bit of everything in it. But you choose to watch that movie for the experience that you want to have at that time, and you go along on the journey, and you might laugh, you might cry, you might feel anger or disgust at something that somebody's doing to somebody else within that movie. But when you finish watching it, you have enjoyed the whole experience of that movie. You will even congratulate the actor who played the baddie, because that allowed you to celebrate with the hero all that they overcame, and that they were such a good baddie. They did such a good job at bringing out that, making that the hero of the story step into their power and be who they are and learn their lessons, or whatever it was that they needed to experience, that character brought into their experience in the movie. And you can appreciate it from a detached place. You've got no attachment, you're not, they're not in your life, in your experience, but you can watch it from that detached place. And that is the best way that I've come to understand the detachment, because it's not that you don't care, it's not that you don't experience and allow yourself to feel the emotions, but you feel it without attachment to the story. And the other layers of that are that you have also written the story, and you have also directed the movie, and you're also the star of the movie. So if you think for yourself. I'm not gonna give you all of this, but if you put yourself from a detached place in each of those positions and view it from each of those characters, whether you're the creator of the story and what experiences you want to have within that, and who you want to meet, and what you need to go through to get to your happy ending, or your happy beginning, or your death, whatever it is. It's all about you, what you've created within that. And when you're directing the movie, you may have actors come onto your set that don't necessarily want to do things how you've pictured them in your mind. There's an interaction between those people as the director, who's got a picture in their mind from their perception of what they would like it to look like. You've got the actors who have got their individual roles. They're playing a character within the movie, but they're also human beings on the set with their own reasons for being there, with their own ideas of how they would like to play the character, or how things might look for them. And then so there's an interaction between them. So you get where I'm going. And for me, that seeing things like that, when everything gets a little bit overwhelming, because then we are also the hero of our own movie, of our own story. So when things are getting intense and they're feeling, and you feeling like things are a battle or whatever, there's a post I've posted it before, or maybe I'll tie it in with this, called The Hero's Journey. And there are stages, even when writers are creating things, they quite often refer to the hero's journey, because it's like a circle, a cycle of lessons, and or experiences, things that they want to experience, that makes a good story, that makes it where you experience that whole range of emotions to become the best version of you, to step into your power, to do whatever it is that you want to experience. And for me to look at it like that, to bring it all back into, we say about going within and all of that, but and to detach, and which can feel scary, but it's not that you love anybody any less. It's not that you don't care. It's not that you are having to run away or move away or be in a different room. It's looking at it it's either zooming out and looking at it from a higher perspective, or coming within. And what am I feeling right now? What am I learning from this? What am I trying to be shown? Why have I created this experience? You can ask yourself any of those questions from any of those positions, from the writer, from the director, from the watching the movie and being the star. You are all of it. And all of these other characters within it, they've all written their own story too. And of course there's a crossover and there's interactions and what have you, but we can't be responsible for anybody else and their story. We don't know what they've written for themselves. Maybe we do on a higher consciousness level. We've made agreements and contracts with people to be in their movie, and to come in at a certain time and connect for a reason. That post or that poem The people come into your life for a reason and a season or a lifetime, and it's beautiful. But we have so much attachment to the story and how things are supposed to be, and I've been, the prime one for that. I've had to release a shit ton of resistance and how things are supposed to look and supposed to be. But that for me has been the most helpful thing. And so if you're experiencing overwhelm, if you're experiencing the, need to detach, you can detach with love and appreciation and gratitude for the role that person has played in your life or in your movie. Thanking them for being the trigger or the baddie in your movie. And the other thing is that we've all been all of the characters. So I'm the baddie in someone's story, and so are you. And it's integrating all of those parts, accepting all of those parts. It's like with another person or another being. I don't say person anymore either, because there's a common law, and that's another video. But yeah, it's integrating that. It's really releasing and being aware of that, and stepping out of the box. Not judging ourselves for whatever it is that we're moving through, not judging other people for whatever they're moving through, and not placing ourselves in a box and a category of how we should be or should be behaving, should be doing. And it's a daily practice, really, because we've been so programmed to do all of the opposite. We've been so programmed to almost be desperate to belong, and to we've been programmed into fear, really. So I hope that helps in some way. It's what I feel like I've been drawn to share for quite a while, and I hope that you can hear the lovely birds in the background. If you can get out, if you're feeling overwhelmed, bring it back. Look at the bigger picture, or bring it back into your heart. Breathe into your heart space, and what is this trying to show me? There's the other modalities and stuff, and there's loads of people teaching and sharing things right now to help us, move through these shifts. And if you can have faith in your own inner standing, your own inner knowing of what resonates and what feels good and right for you, make your choices and decisions from that place, and also be aware of the movie and your role in it, whether you're looking at it from, as the writer, as the director, as the character within it. Whichever perspective, they're all valid, they're all important, and they're all you. So, yeah, I hope that's helped. I'm going to be sharing some tapping videos to support you through. If you need it, if you're feeling overwhelmed, because EFT and tapping's a amazing practice to ground you into your body and make you pay attention to your emotions, what you're feeling, and help you release it without. It's a great way of dealing with trauma, allowing yourself to feel and acknowledging yourself and validating yourself, and then allowing the amygdala in your brain to calm and center, and know that it doesn't need to produce the hormones that create the fight or flight response, which is basically what they're there for. I'm also here if you want private one-to-one sessions. I'm going to be working with a team shortly, which is really exciting news. It really feels like things are shifting and there's a momentum that's occurring right now. So whatever you're moving through, know that it's right for you. You're right where you need to be, and do what feels right and good for you. Get out in nature, connect to the earth. I haven't taken my shoes off today because I'm in the middle of a park, but it's always good to get your feet on the grass, in the earth, and breathe into your heart space. Not your heart as the muscle, the space, the whole space. Breathe in. I shared with my son the other day, he's working with some children and was saying, for the children, get them to imagine that they are, they've got a big balloon in their tummy that they're breathing, and it expands, and he said it worked really, really nicely for them, and brought calm and ease into what would maybe normally be a bit of a fractious situation. I also told them, and I can't show you this at the moment, but a really good fast technique for reducing anxiety in the moment is to do that, to breathe into your heart space, but also to squeeze your 2 fingers with the other hand, because it brings your attention back into the moment and your body, and you can just say to yourself, I'm safe, thank you for showing me I'm safe, and just breathe. So hopefully that's helped some of you. Waffled on for 27 minutes, which actually comes to 9, which is a really good number for the time, because we're winding up cycles and ready to start anew, and it definitely feels like the momentum is starting to shift from the fear and into releasing that, looking at it, allowing ourselves to feel stuff, and then move forward with authenticity and integrity and in our sovereignty and freedom. So huge love to you all. Thank you for being here. Thank you for continuing to shine your beautiful bright light wherever you go, and huge hugs, and I'll see you soon. Lots of love.